man. All right. LDMMAC. This is your boy, the Coach Show Live on the Coach Show, Live. Okay, shout out to my homie Joseph Cordonero, man. I know we don't get to talk a whole lot, man, because I'm always ripping and running and trying to get all this work done. But, man. Joseph Cordonero and the Latino chickies. I tell you, Joseph, man. But guys, this one right here, this kind of shocked a lot of people, man. Because I didn't even know Francis Ngannou was at this fight. I didn't know until, I just watched it. I watched the fight. I saw this text from Joseph Cordonero, and I was like, oh, okay, let me go watch this fight, because I really didn't want. And of course, Francis Ngannou, he steps into the ring with Tyson Fury, brutally knocks out Dillian White. And that was funny, by the way. Hey, guys, you remember Dillian White was making fun of Wilder and laughing at him and making all these memes laughing at Wilder? And ever since Dillian White did that, man, have y'all noticed this man been getting touched up, beat up, and just embarrassed in the ring? But anyway, that's the subject for another video. Ngannou walks in the ring. And guys, here's the thing, man. This is why Ngannou, this is why now in the UFC, they're having like a whole nother interim bout so fast. And, it pissed Ngannou off. And I don't blame him. I'd be pissed too. See, Francis Ngannou, he wants to get some of this bread boxing. And Tyson Fury and Ngannou, they've talked behind the scenes, man. They've talked behind the scenes. And Tyson Fury like, look, man, you can make so much more money. Just come over and box. You don't have to do that MMA anymore. Just come box. Okay, you'll make more money than you've ever made. And it's amazing, man, how Ngannou can go into the UFC and fight his heart out and be the champion. But he gets, close to, a $600,000 base pay. And this is what Ngannou said. Francis Ngannou said his base pay was $600,000. Now, I'm sure he made some more money, after the pay-per-views and that sort of thing. But, how much more could it be? Could Francis have gotten over $1 million? Probably. Maybe. Or close to $1 million. And Tyson Fury is saying, man, look, you can make millions. We start at millions. And Fury's like, if you and I fight, okay, you're going to make more money than you've ever seen before. So, why would Francis go sign a UFC contract? Why would he do that? Why would he do that? People would pay to see him box. Yeah, who wouldn't want to see this guy? And then, they're talking about boxing in MMA gloves. And, Tyson Fury don't care about that, man. It's the same guy. Tyson Fury used to be a bare knuckle brawler. Tyson don't care about that, man. Hell, that's right up Tyson alley. Putting gloves on with no padding. That's right up his damn alley. So, Tyson Fury for this. And, if you're going to make a lot of money, man, because Ngannou, he 37? How much longer you think he got to be in the game, especially MMA? MMA hard on the body. If none of you dudes ever train any part of MMA, I'm talking about the wrestling, the boxing, the kickboxing, those parts of MMA, and if you've done it for a period of time, your body is so in disarray. Like your body is so out of balance. I'm telling you, man, MMA is really tough on the body. It's tough. That's why you see a lot of fighters, man, they have to take some time out of the gym, man, like months or so. And, you see them like just relaxing on vacation. Well, they got to do that, man, to get their body back in balance. But the thing is, though, man, this would be a good move for Ngannou. And Tyson Fury wants this fight because it'll be more money than he's ever seen. Because, Tyson Fury trying to retire. See, people kill me, man, when they talk about, man, the UFC, they're the highest paid, MMA entity in the world. That may be true, but, what is that saying? What is that saying? Boxing, who's completely unorganized, but they can afford to pay their top guys, they can afford to pay these guys the money. They can afford to pay these guys. Ngannou, he ain't going to fight till he's 42. Like you see a lot of these MMA guys fighting, man. Like, Anderson Silva, man, this crazy. He's still fighting. And I have a hard time believing that, he passionate about it. Come on, man. Anderson Silva, like 45 right now, still in there fighting? Well, he boxing now. But, I'm just saying that, And Floyd Mayweather used to even talk about it, man. He said, man, you can get in a cage and go in there and fight, fight your heart out, and then, make $200,000, and Floyd was like, I don't understand it. And Jake Paul been saying a whole lot of stuff about it, man. He's just been saying, how do you guys bank all this money? Talking about the UFC. How do you guys bank all this money? But the fighters, man, I think, what were they saying? Jake was saying something like they make, less than 2% of the entire gate? And we're talking about just the gate, okay? Just what's coming in through the doors. We're not even talking about all the back end money, that like the TV, the revenue money the ad money. You know, the fighters, they're not getting any of that. They're not getting any of that. And, you know, I just interesting. And, you know, moreover, man, you've had a lot of like economists, man, and people that study like, you know, payouts of companies. And they were saying that, man, the UFC could afford to pay these fighters more if they wanted to and still not miss a beat, you know, with them earning their profits. They could pay people more, man. They could do it if they wanted to, but they're choosing not to. They're choosing not to. I mean, how is it, man, that a fighter can fight, man, 3 or 4 times a year, and 4 if you're lucky, and still barely clear $1 million? Dana White, the promoters, they do deserve their cut because they have to put these shows on. They have to schedule these arenas. They got to do a lot of stuff. But Dana White ain't got to throw a single punch, man, and he can make over $200 million a year. Like, it's man, you shake your head. And I'm with Jake Paul on this. I'm with, you know, Leslie Smith on this, man. It's highway robbery sometimes, man. It is. And you want to talk about a slave contract, that's a slave contract. It's a slave contract. That's just how that is. That's just what that is, okay? This is a slave contract. It's an example of one. It's an example of how it's run. Like, you're locked into a contract. First of all, you're supposed to be an independent contractor, okay? That's what you're supposed to be, is an independent contractor, okay? That's what they say. So if you're an independent contractor, I mean, shouldn't you be allowed to actually go and do other stuff and do what you want to do, or, you know, make side money as long as it don't interfere with your contractual obligations to the sport? I mean, shouldn't you be able to do that? I mean, I would think you'd be able to do that. Hey, how you doing?
Man, I'll be right back. I need some coffee, man.
Got you, man. I can't stand that stuff, man. Hey, I'm with you, man. I gotta drink some water in the morning. All right, come on, little man. But as long as you can actually fulfill your contractual obligations, why should it matter? It shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter at all. But, you know, I guess to the UFC and company, I'll go ahead and now. To the UFC and company, it does matter, okay? It does matter. It matters. And they don't want to see these guys make no money. And the reason why they do this, man, because, see, they don't want these guys to actually, you know, stop being, they don't want, see, they want these guys to always be obligated. They want these guys to be completely obligated to do what they want. That's what it is. But, you know, hey, you know, hopefully Ngannou will get this deal done so the man can, you know, have his way and do what he want to do, man, so he can retire properly and get out the sport and go do some other business ventures, man. That's what it's about, man. The UFC want these guys fighting around for years, and then when you're 40 plus years old, and then when you can't fight no more and you're in there getting your ass knocked out, okay, when you're getting knocked out and you're getting slapped around, then they just throw you to the curb and say, well, you can't fight no more. So now you don't have no ability to make any more money, and you done fought for little or less. Your corner, man, I got so much information. Your corner, they take your money. I mean, your managers take your money. The taxes take your money. And when you ain't got shit left, you have nothing left, okay? Not one penny. And then they tell you, well, you can't fight for us no more because you're too old. Yep, Ngannou doing the right thing.